E from Team Misplay here with Justin, bringing you a deck profile of GBs.
Alright, so here's the deck, GBs. Start off, we got double Lapari, beat stick 1800 attack, good first turn summon, and when you tag out, it goes to 2100 attack, which is pretty hard to get over these days. We have double Equest. Equest lets you recycle GB cards from your graveyard, so you can pick up a Bestiari for next turn, so you can contact for Gyzarus, or you can pick up a War Chariot. It's nice to be able to recycle one of the best counter traps in the game. We have one Bestiari, blows up back rows. It goes into Gyzarus, blows up two more. There's a reason why it's limited. We have one Ready Ari. Now Ready Ari is really good this format. Plants. You can just sit there and take their engine from their grave. Dark Worlds, you can sit there and take Grapha from their grave. Agents, you can sit there and take out their agents from the play, so Hyperion's pretty much useless. It's pretty good. I've even seen some builds run 2 Ready Ari just to make sure that they can constantly remove stuff from their opponent's graveyard. Darius lets you special summon a GB from the graveyard. You know, if you have a dead Bestiari in the grave, tag out for Darius, grab Bestiari, go into Gyzarus, or you can just grab, you know, a GB that you want in the deck, perhaps like a Laquari or an Equest or something, go into Esadari and be able to recycle those monsters. We've got one Murmillo. Murmillo is good, gets big monsters off the field when you tag him in. That's pretty much all he's good for. You've got triple Test Tiger. Alright, we're only running 11 GBs, and you'll see why I run triple Test Tiger in a second, but Test Tiger, if you control a GB, you can special summon it, and you contribute it to the graveyard to tag out that GB and bring back a GB from your deck with its effect. And next we have one Stratos and two Prismas. This is Prisma Glads. It's very explosive deck. This format requires a lot of explosion in order to capitalize on plays, and Prisma is a great way to capitalize. You summon Prisma, dump Bestiari Laquari, special summon one of these guys, a Test Tiger, tribute the Test Tiger, and then you tag out the Prisma for a Darius, grab a monster out of the graveyard. Okay. Next we have the spells. We have double Proving Grounds. We're running a low monster count, so with a low monster count you have to be able to get into your GBs. It's a good way to first turn search a Laquari and be able to tag out, or if you have a GB already on the field, go grab Bestiari, set it, contact for Gyzarus. Every GB deck needs to run Lances, running 2 Lances. Lance protects your GBs from Toriential Tribute, Mirror Force, Bottomless Trap Hole, and you can also get over a lot of bigger monsters. It lowers the attack of a monster by 800 so that you can get your tag. So you can get your attack in, destroy the monster, and get your tag. We have double Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality, everybody knows what it does. It just lets you dig deeper into your deck for the pieces that you need so that you can set up for your next turn or be able to manage the board. 2 Hero Lives. Hero Lives, if you control no monsters, you can special summon a hero from your deck. So an optimal play would be playing a Hero Lives, pay half your life points, special summon Prisma, dump your Bestiari, and normal summon a GB or special summon a Test Tiger, and then continue to go off from there. 1 MST to destroy back rows. 1 Book of Moon. A lot of monsters have high attacks and low defenses, which is great for GBs to attack into and tag out. 1 Smashing Ground for monsters you just can't get over. Heavy Storm, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, GG. For the traps, running triple War Chariot. War Chariot is by far one of the best counter traps in the game. It's a Divine Wrath with no cost that you can juggle from your graveyard with your quest. We have double Bottomless. Stop your opponent from setting up their board, from making big plays and getting big monsters off the field that you can't get rid of if you don't have other traps or spells. 1 D Prison, Stardust. Stardust is one of the big killers in this deck, and if you can deprison that Stardust, then it usually clears the way for better moves next turn. 1 Compulse, again, monsters that you just can't get rid of or get over, or you've run out of options in your deck to use. Compulse is a good way to just get a monster off the field. Torrential, Monster Hate. Mirror Force, Protection. Save your smaller GBs, flip Mirror Force, then your smaller GBs can just attack and tag out into bigger ones. Double Call the Haunted. With a lot of destruction, chances are a lot of your monsters are going to go to the grave this format. And you can just call the monsters back. You can call a Prisma back. You can call a Bestiari back, a Laquari back. You can call back a Gyzarus. And Gyzarus, doesn't matter how it's special summoned, no matter when it's special summoned, you can destroy 2 cards on the field, so it doesn't need to be tagged in. And then 1 Solemn Judgment and 1 Solemn Warning. Pretty much staple in any deck to at least run 1 copy of Warning, if not 2, and Solemn Judgment just negates. The GB deck is a big engine, and once it gets rolling, it just keeps rolling and coming at you, and you've got to have ways to protect the engine and keep it rolling. All right, onto the extra deck. We have 1 Herc. Herc's actually not seeing much play in GB decks now, just because it's 3,000. It's a 3,000 beater that stops spells and traps, but you lose card advantage, and you just can't tag out. And this deck kind of relies on tagging out these formats. Double Gyzarus. It's Gyzarus. It's probably one of the better boss monsters in the deck. It allows you to destroy 2 cards and you tag out for 2 GBs, netting you multiple pluses in a turn. It can be up to a +4 depending on how you play it. 1 Esadari. Sometimes you have to put monsters back, and this is just a good 2,500 beater to go into that allows you to keep your War Chariots live. Chimera Text, because the side Cyber Dragons, and the extra deck for this is not that packed, so it's okay to leave a slot in your side and just keep this in your extra deck. We have Catastor, side deck Effect Veilers. Also, if you Monster Reborn a tuner, just Catastor, Bryonic, Gaia Knight, Colossal Fighter, Stardust Dragon, side into Starlight Roads. Stardust Dragon's a good protection. Scrap Dragon, Trishula, Xyz. We have Leviair. Leviair is really good because people like to bottomless and deprison your Laquaris and your Bestiaries. So you just have Ready Ari and a Test Tiger or double Test Tiger. You can go into Leviair, detach 1, and bring back one of your monsters that, in older formats wouldn't have come back. Zenmaines, it's a good protection card. It's a good way to just kind of build back up your advantage. Again, the same ways you bring out Leviair is the same ways you bring out Zenmaines. And last is Utopia. If you have no War Chariots, if you can't draw into one, you have no way of juggling a War Chariot, Utopia is a good 2,500 beater that negates attacks and protects your GBs and lets you help set up for later turns.
Well, now, how do you feel about the deck?
The deck's pretty good. It requires a really, really strong pilot to be able to bring it out and play well with it. It's just one of those decks that takes just kind of a lot of thinking. You can't exactly just go into it and build it. You have to be able to play against the meta. This deck is almost anti-meta in the way that it works on stopping your opponent's plays and just capitalizing on those plays. It's a bit slow, but if you can start off well, which the deck can do, 7 times, 8 times out of 10, then you should be able to keep rolling. And if anything, your side deck will help you capitalize on anything that your main deck can't capitalize.
All right, guys. Well, that's his deck. Comment, rate, subscribe, and remember, it's not a pro play unless it's a misplay. Thanks.